1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, hey there guys, Chef28 here. Welcome back to another Top 10. Now I am doing my Top 10 favorite Skylander games of all time. Now many of you might be scratching your head saying, hey Jap, there's only 6 games. Well, we've had some mobile games, some tablet games, even 5 amazing 3DS games. So there's been a little bit more than actually 6 console games. But I hope you enjoy my list, and remember, this is just my list, probably very different from your list, but I hope you enjoy it nonetheless. Let's begin. Alright, let's get right into it with number 10, Skylanders Battlecast.
Introducing Skylanders Battlecast.
Now, I actually really liked this game. I enjoyed it. Maybe not as much as these kids are enjoying it. But no, I thought the game was pretty cool, and the augmented reality of making your characters come to life was pretty darn cool. And collecting the cards, another collecting aspect. I thought the game was very well done. I just think it was poorly advertised. I believe we would still be playing this game to this day if they just would have done a better job in marketing the game. But this was my number 10 pick, Skylanders Battlecast. Alright, let's get to number 9. And now if you watch my channel for any length of time, you know I'm a fan of Skylanders Cloud Patrol. Yeah, the mobile game.
Looks like those trolls have escaped. We're gonna have to go after them.
Now I think this game is really underappreciated. It's just a fun game like Angry Birds or Candy Crush. You can pick up for a few minutes and play it, and it's too bad, because you cannot download games like this anymore. They're no longer available. I hope one day maybe it'll make a return on the Nintendo Switch. I'd pay $4.99 to play some more Cloud Patrol. So that is my number 9 pick, Skylanders Cloud Patrol. Alright, moving on to number 8. Now we are going to my 3DS collection for this one. We're going back to the first one, Spyros Adventure for the 3DS. Yeah, that's my number 8 pick. Now, not to mention, this was the only way you could get Igniter and Dark Spyro at first. And I really love the platforming and design of this game. And you could jump. Yeah, jumping was a pretty cool thing to do in a Skylander game back then. And to be honest, this is probably the only Skylanders 3DS game I finished all the way through, was the first one. And I think it is the best one, and that is my number 8 pick on the list. Now moving on to number 7 on the list, we are finally getting into the console games. Well, not really. This game actually appeared on the 3DS and the Nintendo Wii. It is Skylanders Superchargers Racing. A totally different type of racing than Skylanders Superchargers. Yeah, and this was the way you could get Bowser at first. And it really introduced us to Pendergast. Now, some of the tracks seem very similar to its counterpart, the Skylanders Superchargers on the bigger consoles. But this one had its own tracks. Many of them never before seen. And I love myself some kart racing. So Skylanders Superchargers Racing is my number 7 pick on my list. I love this game. You really should check it out if you haven't. Now we're finally into the top 6. Now these are the big boys, the console games. Many people always still ask me to this day, what's my favorite Skylander game? Or what's my top 3? So here is the list. Now I gotta admit, before I start this top 6, the worst Skylander game here, the best is here. It's that close for me anyways. So let's get on to number 6. Well, number 6 on my list is Skylanders Giants.
I did not see that one coming.
Okay, I'm quitting the soda.
I love it when I'm right.
Now, I'm sorry. In my opinion, Skylanders Giants felt a lot like Spyros Adventure 2.0. Sure, the characters were bigger and we were introduced to Light Core. But overall, I felt it was just a very big rehash of the first game. Now, I really did love the designs of some of the newer characters, but reposes of old characters, things like that, just push Skylanders Giants back to position number 6 for me on my top 10. Alright, we are on number 5 on my list. Now, I believe this game should be a lot higher on my list, just for nostalgia alone, but it is Skylanders Spyros Adventure in the 5th spot. Now, let me first start off by saying I love this game. Yeah, this game will always hold a special part in my heart. And this is the game that started it all off. It was a pretty amazing game for a first game in a franchise. My only gripes with the game would be the lack of jumping, and it really baby stepped you at the beginning of the game.
Baby steps. Baby steps. Oh boy. Baby steps. Baby steps. Baby steps through the office?
Yeah, but besides that, man, this game is awesome, and it is number 5 on my list of top 10 Skylander games. Alright, we are on number 4, and boy, it's really hard to pick actually, but I am going to go with Skylanders Trap Team for my number 4 pick. Now, Trap Team was amazing, another excellent entry into the Skylanders franchise. And you remember the first time you caught a villain and you heard them talk? Chap 28, this video sucks. You put Trap Team at number 4 on your list? That is ridiculous.
Oh, no way. Yeah, I guess it is.
But Trap Team was amazing, and we finally got to play with some villains, and that was an amazing experience. So Trap Team is number 4 on my list. We are finally on the final 3, and in the 3rd spot, I got Skylanders Superchargers. Now, I'll always remember Superchargers. I remember I had the best launch day experience, going to stores, collecting all the figures and vehicles. And that's the thing about this game. It was like 2 games in 1. And when did Master Eon get his body back? But besides that little gripe, the story was probably one of the best stories we've seen. We got to see a new villain in the darkness, and that was pretty cool. And that fake out ending, spoiler alert, was awesome. And I love it. You got a racing game and a platforming game. How can you complain? So Skylanders Superchargers is my number 3 pick on my list.
Look out below!
Alright, we are on number 2 on my list, and I gotta admit, I hated this game when I first played it. Yeah, I guess I just didn't love Woodbury and the whole art direction, but over time I learned to love this game. Probably the most innovative game we've ever seen in any Skylander game, and the game is pretty awesome. The levels are nice and long, very different gameplay, a good mixture of everything. This game could easily be number 1 on my list. Now, speaking of number 1, we are finally here. My number 1 Skylander game of all time. There's only 1 game left, so I'm sure you figured it out by now. Yeah, that's right, Skylanders Imaginators. Now, if you were like me and you heard that name for the first time, you were probably like, what the kind of a crazy name, but I gotta admit, I love creating characters, and being able to make my own Skylander for the very first time was very appealing to me. Now, maybe not the best Skylander story out of all the games, but to me personally, being able to create your own character, and I did like the map, the magical ancient place. I wish they would have continued going with that and expanding the whole Skylander universe. I think that would have been pretty amazing. So that about does it for my top 10. I hope you enjoyed. Leave some comments down below. What's your favorite, even top 3 games? Let me know, and I'll see you guys soon with more Skylander content. Alright, bye everyone.
My mama don't like you, and she likes everyone. And I never like to admit that I was wrong.
One, two, three, four.